We were just talking with the girls here, it feels like the old stomping ground with the QAS. 6 a.m. starts here and just like being back at home really. Hello, there is just 2 more of us coming. So yeah, it's a bit quiet, but there was still good banter. The rest are going to be coming in dribs and drabs. So far so good, but look, we can't wait for the rest of the girls to get here. Obviously Canada, Olympic champions, big team. It'll be a good test for us. It's home soil, so it's a big match for us, and you know, we can't underestimate Canada. I think they're one of the top teams right now, so it'll be good to see where we are in the pecking order. It's just, you know, one brick at a time to the big picture, so these next 2 games against Canada are massive for us. Are you here to take over?
Check.
Did your ears just pop? I was gonna say.
We're lucky that we get to do this, and it's nice to be back, and my family's gonna come over and watch me, and even just to be with the girls. Like, it's been a while since I've been in camp, and I think since quite a few of us have as well, so it's nice to be back together.
So we just had a start-up session. A couple of girls were in yesterday, so they did a little bit more at the end, but for myself and Mary it was getting our legs going. I'm really happy to be back in camp. We haven't been in Brisbane for a long time, so hopefully the crowd shows up for us in a couple of months without the full squad together, so it'll be a good test for us, and same again for Sydney.
It's always tough to miss any kind of camp, but for a lot of us that was an off season that we'd been begging for a long time. Usually we have major tournaments when it comes to an off season, or many of us have played in America and then in the W League back and forth for many years. So this off season was a key window for us to actually get some mental recovery, some physical recovery for a lot of us that have been going non-stop for most of our careers. So we flagged it quite early with the coaching staff just to make sure whoever needed that break got that break, so that meant a lot of us missed out on that window. But it's nice to be back now, and it's been strange to be away from the girls for so long, so it's good to be back in camp. But it's definitely been beneficial for many people. They've been able to have an off season and now build in a pre-season, so it's going to be an exciting game. Canada have a ton of really talented players and a really good squad. They're dynamic, they're very pacey, they've got a lot of speed in their team, a lot of technical talent. A lot of their players are playing in some of the best leagues in the world, so I mean that's showed at the Olympics. They were class throughout the whole tournament, so I think right now for us it's a great building block, and if we come out and we perform and we take it to them at this early stage in our preparation, I think it holds us in really good stead. So the game will be exciting, hopefully it'll be fast paced and lots of attacking actions, but there's nothing like playing at home, especially when we haven't been together for a while, so it's exciting, and to play a team like Canada, there's not much more you can ask for.
So today it's match day -2. We've got the whole team back from travelling into the country now, so we're a bit less limited in what we need to control. In terms of the physical prep this morning, we're going to focus on acceleration mechanics. We typically like to use this day to get maximum velocity exposure. Maximum velocity exposure is getting a player to their top speed, and there's 2 reasons why we do this. The first is to get quick, you need to run quick, so it's an easy stimulus to put into the player's legs. But secondly, and probably more importantly, it's injury prevention. So everything we do is about preparing players for the physical demands of the game and what they do at the weekend. And part of that is getting them to max speed, so when they're exposed to it in a game, it's something the body's prepared for. We don't want their first max velocity from getting off the plane to be in the game. We need to make sure they're prepared before.
I think everyone was on different schedules, so there was a lot of us that needed some time off. We hadn't had time off in over 2.5 years, but everyone's feeling fresh, and there's a real clear path to the World Cup and where we want to be in 12 months. I mean, for me, it is difficult. Like, the World Cup is a year away. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself and play the games before they come, but I think now when we come to camp we realise how little time we have together, so it's all about making the most of every session and every video session and every gym session, and spending as much time as we can together, because team cohesion is really important.
The Matildas back in Brisbane for the first time since March 2019. They will be hoping to defeat Canada for the first time since 2008. It's the gold medalists against the green and gold as Australia and Canada kick off in Brisbane. And the crowd rises on the back of Nevin. Emily Van Egmond now. He's going to drift a ball into the box. Kerr's up, Kerr's flicking, and it requires a good save. Sheridan equal to it, and Sam Kerr nearly steered that beyond the Canada keeper. Now though, it's on the right with Gilnick. And Gilnick with space to whip it across. Cooney Cross was trying to attack the ball. And now Kerr is through. One-on-one. Sam Kerr denied. Great keeping by Sheridan. Gilnick, keepers off the line. And it's over the bar. It's a friendly in name only, this one.
Obviously going to push players forward now to try and pinch some points here.
Kerr cuts it in. Vine. Courtney Vine! And the groans tell the story. It was nearly Vine time. Agony for Courtney Vine, so close. Kerr tearing after it. Zadorsky, it's awkward. Kerr's there. It's just a corner. Canada win in Brisbane. And the Matildas can't believe that they're going home without a goal today. Australia 0, Canada 1.
I wish I scored, that's what I thought. Yeah, I keep playing that moment over and over, yeah. Look, we had a good last half. We came out and the girls had a chat at half time. It showed in the last 45, we were just a bit unlucky to finish. And for me, it's just, a matter of converting my chances. I think I am coming on and making a good impact, which is what I would like to do, and just got to finish those chances I get, making it hard for myself.
Today we're here for our match day +1, so non-playing group. We had a session, our last session before we head down to Sydney. It's always tough to not be available and to not be able to play a part or some sort of role. So it always makes you that little bit excited for the next game and hopefully being able to have an input. I think it's insane that we get this sort of turnout for fan days. I think back a couple of years and there maybe would have been maybe 100, and so we've seen the growth within the game and how much the nations fell in love with us as a national team. So it gives that extra drive to want to perform here on home soil.
It's match day -1. We're in Allianz Stadium, it's really nice, it's brand new. We play our second game against Canada tomorrow. It's a really important game, we need to win it. It was tough the first game, but I think we'll bounce back with it. I played left wing, which was different, I haven't played there for a while. I got more confident in the second half, but it was a good feeling to be out there again. I want to work hard, I always want to work hard, but just do everything I can for the team and for Tony.
We are at Sydney in Allianz Stadium watching the Matildas play Canada. Yeah! And it's the first international football match here. Even just being here now, before the game even starts. It's the atmosphere. Yeah. It's so exciting.
On the 20th of July 2023, the eyes of the world will descend on Sydney, Australia, and this brand new Allianz Stadium for the opening match of the Women's World Cup. And the Matildas will be front and centre.
Oh my god, love it! It's beautiful. It's stunning. Brought tears to my eyes. I miss them so much. It's like you can feel their presence, you know? Yeah. Just like them being in Australia, it's like, oh, I could cry right now. Let's go.
There is a wonderful atmosphere inside the newly christened Allianz Stadium, and the Matildas will be looking to build on that atmosphere 10 months out from the World Cup, in which they hope to shine on home soil. Well, here's Courtney Vine. Back to Kerr, who cuts it for Fowler! Less than 2.5 minutes on the clock, and Sam Kerr sets up Mary Fowler to give the Matildas the dream start.
It is 1-0 thanks to Mary Fowler.
And now here's Nevin. She's got Kyra Cooney Cross ahead of her. She finds her. into the box. Grant screaming for the ball at right back. She gets it now. Turns inside Lacasse. Grant, ball in. Here's Kerr. Sam Kerr. Is this the moment? Might yet fall for Chidiac. Corner for the Matildas. No, goal kick. And just highlight again the amount of work still to be done for the Matildas, who were excellent in that opening 45 minutes. It's finished here. Matildas 1, Canada 2.
We talked about it in halftime. First half, brilliant football. We showed exactly what we're going to do when we come here in the World Cup next year. We want to be an aggressive, intense team that played that type of attacking game. We dominated from minute 1 to 45. But we also talked about in halftime, let's have a complete performance for 90 minutes. And we did it. And that's what we need to take away from this game.
I mean, I think it's really disappointing the way that it ended. I think the first 45, the girls showed what we're really made of, and you know, in the last 15 minutes we came with a lot of firepower, and you know, we really wanted to get that goal, but in the end it didn't work, and yeah, it was really unfortunate to get that result in the end. It's a great test for us, you know, obviously a lot of the team are playing overseas now, we're playing against these players, but to play against the national teams as well, especially in the lead up to a World Cup that we want to win, you need to play against the best, and that's what we're doing at the moment for our preparation, and I think if we continue to do that, we're going to be in the best possible shape to be able to win a World Cup on home soil.
There's a lot of positives to take out of this trip, I think. Obviously, Brisbane put on an amazing crowd, and Sydney followed on par, and I think it's been an amazing time playing at home against a good opposition. I think we can't take Canada lightly. They're one of the top nations in the world, and we fought hard against them, and yeah, we're disappointed with the result, which we should be.